This is a beautiful phone, man. Beautiful phone, and it's going to be my 1 month review of the OnePlus 7 Pro. I just want to give you guys my thoughts on it. After using it for 1 month, I want to touch on some of the things that I do like about the phone and some of the things that I do not like about the phone or wish the phone actually had. First, I want to talk about build quality. This thing is a beast when it comes to build quality. It's a pretty hefty phone. This color combination is just, to me, is just beautiful. It is almond white. You see the pop-up camera. Almond white on one side, and on the trim all the way around is all gold accent all the way around, even around the camera. Right here, camera array, and in the front is all black display. I mean, all display. You can see here that it is basically edge to edge display. And if you didn't notice that pop-up camera, I'll do it again. Boom, pop-up camera. It's just that quick unlocking the phone with a face unlock. Also has a fingerprint reader embedded underneath the display here. Let me see if I double tap. It will light up a little bit, and you can see it there. Boom, that's the animation. It's also that quick unlocking, so I'll do that again. So build quality and the overall performance of this phone when it comes to basically unlocking, using it just regularly, like making calls and GPS, which I use a lot. It's real good. I mean, unlocking the phone is going to be one of the best experiences I've had on any phone. You can see how quick that is. And even with the unlock, the face unlock, boom, it's quick also. So just with those two things there, just starting off with this phone, I noticed that it was way faster than any other phone I've used. And that's just unlocking the phone after I set it up. I'm like, whoa. So once I got past that, the second thing is obviously that big, beautiful display to view content. I mean, from the top, the very top of the phone, edge, to all the way to the bottom of the phone. It's just like all display, man. It's just beautiful. So that is like one of the second things I noticed when using this phone is just how immersive it is when you're watching videos on here. I mean, the video is edge to edge. There's nothing obstructing your view. There's no notch. There's no punch hole cut out. None of that nonsense. It's just the best experience for me with any phone out right now. I mean, I do have the Pixel 3a, the Pixel 3 XL, and those, obviously the 3a had some bezels on the top and bottom, which was not the same experience. And the 3 XL obviously had that big old notch. That also just is not the way to go for me. After using this phone for a little bit now, for a month, I couldn't go back to those phones, man. I got spoiled with this display, man. And also the battery life on here is real good. So I got spoiled with the display. I got spoiled with the unlock features, how quick they were. And the overall experience of OxygenOS is just wonderful, man. I'll show you guys when I jump into settings here. And we'll start with the display. Obviously, you can set adaptive brightness. You got night mode. You can even calibrate the screen however you like. You could do natural, enhanced. I kind of like vivid, or you could even kind of play with it down there with the RGBs. I'm not into that. It does also have the 90 refresh rate, which you can also, you could bring it down if you want, but I just couldn't do it after using it for a little bit. We have the night mode. We have resolution, which I have it set to the very top, which is 3120 by 1440. I mean, the phone has the most gorgeous display, and I had to go with the best resolution on here. We also have ambient display, which always on display on this phone. I don't believe it's present. I really, I just have the awake, pick up to wake the phone, and also you tap the screen. You could just change the clock on here, and in a way, I don't mind not having the always on display because battery life is important to me, and having this always on display, I believe, is just going to mess with the battery. So I rather have something where I can just basically pick up and it's going to show me whatever I need. Or I can just, be right next to it and double tap, and it's going to show me. No need for the always on display, in my opinion, but boom, that unlock was quick. Um, you got the video enhancements. You got the theme. Here's where you theme it, where you can actually theme it. Colorful, I haven't tried it, so we'll see what colorful is. We got colorful, and we got lights, and we got dark. So let's see what colorful is all about. Let me go back. Oh, I see. Okay, so you got a bunch of different colors on here, which looks pretty cool. I like that. Let me go switch back to my dark theme, because I think the dark theme, I like it. I like the way it looks, and also I like that it helps me conserve battery life. I'm all about the battery life, so that's how easy it is to switch. You can switch back to your color theme, and then you can also do the accent colors. Like I got blue, you can change it and go red, and now the accent colors are all red. If you go back, you can see that everything's red. So pretty nice stuff here. So customization on here is just, you won't be bored with this phone when it comes to customization. You got font size, you got display size, status bar. You can show the battery, you can display the network speed. You can do whatever you want. This thing is very customizable. That's one of the things I do like about OxygenOS. It's very customizable. Utilities, you can go into gaming mode. You have app lockers where you can lock certain apps in there. Schedule power on and off. And gaming mode, you can tinker with gaming mode. This thing is a beast. Like I said, it has the Snapdragon on deck, and also has, I believe it's 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. I'll show you guys in a minute. Let me go ahead, go to about phone. Yeah, 256, 8 gigabytes of RAM, Snapdragon 855, 48, 16, and 8 megapixel triple camera setup. It's crazy, but yeah, it's got the cameras on here are real nice. Front-facing cameras real nice. I've gotten several updates with the cameras, and the cameras just seem to improve with every update. But yeah, going back in here into display, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my, where is it, accent color back to blue, because I like blue better. And it's just crazy how the screen on here is just so fluid. We do have sound and vibration buttons and gestures. The alert slider is this little button right here, which I use. You can see there, but it's very easy to get to. You don't have to pull your phone out of your pocket. You can just reach and just set this the way you want it. I got it on silent. You can also change this around any way you want. We have quick gestures. This has been around for a long time already. Double tap to wake. You got the music controls. I have mine disabled, but you can draw a circle to do certain different things. You can do the V for something else. You can do the S. You can customize the way you want. Quick launch for the camera, I do use that. Quick assistant also, if I do hold the power button, the assistant will come up. You can see there, and if I double press, the camera will pop up. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I am using the swipe gestures, so if I go to navigation bar, you can see that the gestures is what I'm using, and it kind of gives you a little demo of how to use the gestures. Or you can just go back to the fixed nav bar, or kind of like the Pixel. I like the navigation, the swipe gestures, simply because it's where we're going with it. You know what I'm saying? So I like to use that because that's the latest. Battery life on here, we do have a 4,000 milliamp battery. It gets me a full day without any problems. I could probably go a full day, almost a half, depending on how you use it. I don't really game on my phone or anything like that, so I'm averaging 6 hours of on-screen time. Let me see where we're at here. I might have charged it midday, but right now I'm 3 hours 41 minutes. I last charged it 6 hours ago, and I'm at 50%. So that kind of gives you estimation of how much battery. Almost 4 hours, and I'm at 50%. So it's definitely going to get me a full day. And the on-screen time is crazy on here. 4 hours almost. But yeah, and you can see where let me see the detailed usage. You can see where I've been using it so far. Like I said, no games or nothing like that. But yeah, the phone it's a pleasure to use, man. Um, lock screen and lock screen security and all that. That's where you go to set up your fingerprint, which works pretty good. I got two of them set up, and you could set up your Face ID. Then we got utilities, parallel apps. There's just a lot of stuff in here that I haven't really gone into yet. But yeah, so far 1 month in with this phone, the storage, check that out, man. 256 gigs. I barely scraped the surface on this one. No, I got like about 108 gigabytes available, or yeah. So I got like cloud storage. I just have it disabled right now, but I can just push all these. I can clear most of this out, which is 72. This is mostly videos that I take on here, but I can most likely clear all that stuff out and still get my storage back. So a lot of storage, a lot of RAM, a nice big battery, a lot of screen. I mean, it's just the phone. It's just to me personally, this is like my favorite phone in 2019 that I've gotten my hands on. I just love the build. I love the quality of the phone. I mean, just the color of the. Overall, I really enjoy the phone. It's missing some things, like there's no wireless charging. Not a big deal. We got that warp charge on deck. You plug this thing in, 15 minutes, you're good. It charges super fast. Fastest phone charged that I've used, that I've gotten on my hands. This is like the fastest charging phone. I put this down in less than like 30 minutes or whatnot. I'm almost 100%. It's crazy how fast this thing charges. A warp charge is incredible. So no real need for me personally for wireless charging, because basically one charge lasts me all day. So not a big deal. Wireless charging. It doesn't have IP, dust and water resistance for whatnot, but not a big deal. Also, I mean, it's not certified, but to me it can handle a splash or whatnot without any issues. I mean, I've used phones without certification in the rain, like the iPhone and stuff like that, and it held up pretty good. So this thing should be a beast. I've seen people dunk this phone in water, and this thing still survives. So it's not certified dust and water resistance, but trust me, it can handle it. Speakers on here also, it does have that dual stereos on speakers, dual speakers on here, dual stereo speakers. They got one speaker coming out from the earpiece up here, and then the bottom firing speaker right here. It's also dual SIM support, so you can put two SIMs in here and you can use them at the same time. You can just switch back and forth without any issue. It does have a USB Type C, a little microphone there, volume buttons. Everything on here screams premium. I mean, the phone is just incredible. Another microphone on the top. Let me see. Let me go ahead and show you the pop-up camera real quick. So here's the pop-up camera. It is also color accented to match. It's been working great. Front-facing camera is just a beast. Let me go ahead and show you that real quick. Fingerprint reader is very accurate, with my usage. Let me swipe away some of my stuff here. But we'll go to the front-facing camera so you guys can see. Once you switch it, you can see that front-facing camera. It is real nice. No issues with the front-facing camera. The thing's a beast. You can see my Pixel 3a XL recording this video. But yeah, so far, I've had an awesome experience with it. The cameras, like I said, are very good. With these updates, we got that. I'm gonna take a picture. Boom. You can see there, and then if you go with the wide angle, and I'll show you these photos in a second. Here it is with the wide angle, and then you can see you get captured more in the photo. This is the standard, and this is like the wide angle. So yeah, it does have three lenses on the back. It has a standard lens, telephoto, and a wide. So it does take real good photos, man. No hiccups with it so far as performance wise. For what I do personally, this thing handles everything I throw at it. I'll play a little bit of music real quick so you guys can check that out. But audio wise, when playing music, the speakers are great, man. Speakers are great. I like the way the speakers sound. And that's going to be about it for my 1 month review of the OnePlus 7 Pro, man. I'm still enjoying this phone. Normally, I'm being honest now, like after about a week, maybe a few days with the phone, I'm bored. I mean, I'd say I'm bored with the phone and I just move on to another phone. But with this phone right here, the OnePlus 7 Pro, I mean, I just I'm having a great time with it, man. I'm still in the honeymoon phase, believe it or not. 30 days later, I'm still enjoying the phone. Um, I love just taking the phone. You know, I normally rock with the case, during the week while I'm at work. But once I get home, I just take the case off every now and then, and I just sit back and admire this phone. This is just a beautiful phone, and OnePlus did it real good with this phone. I think it's just a gorgeous phone, man. I think all of the colors that are out are actually gorgeous colors. You got the nebula blue, you got that the black one. I forget what it's called, slate phone or whatnot. It's beautiful, and I'm sure we got more colors to come, and they're all beautiful colors. I mean, it's just a nice, hefty phone. It feels premium. It's going to be one of the first things that you notice when you pick this phone up. It's just a premium phone, a no bull premium phone with some really good specs on here for a really good price. I think for everything that's in this phone, price wise, just the storage, the storage, the RAM, the A55 processor, the telephotos, the wide, the standard, pop up lens. This is like new technology. The in screen fingerprint reader, fastest in the game. Boom. It's just there's a lot of new stuff in here that just it just shows you that this phone is just this you can do it. You know what I'm saying? This phone is a proven phone. It's a great performer. All around, it just checks everything, man. A couple things like I said that it's missing, like IP certification. If you really need that certification, I personally don't could care less about it. And the wireless thing, if you're a person that's got to have that wireless charging, I don't see why you got to have it because it actually is very slow. Wireless charging is just slow. This phone has that warp charging. I don't think the OnePlus um, 7T Pro or whatever that's going to come up next. I don't think it's going to have wireless charge. I don't think wireless charging is efficient. Is as efficient as that warp charge is. So do not expect the OnePlus 7T or the next upcoming OnePlus device to have that wireless charging because I think that the warp charging is a bigger benefit than the wireless charging would ever be. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Well, let's see what happens. But so far, this is like my number one phone for 2019, my number one flagship phone for 2019. Now, the budget phone, that's obviously the Pixel 3A lineup. But for the budget game right now, I mean, this is it, man. You've seen the leaks of the Note 10. You've seen the leaks of the iPhone 11. Those phones, they're not going to bring it like this phone brought it this year. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm out.